Hello. Hey, can you hear me? Well, can you hear me? Wait, I can't hear you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, Keith, can you hear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Turn your volume up. There you go. There you go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I heard you the whole time.
I couldn't hear you at first. How you doing?
I'm all right.
And welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. And I'm your host, Carlos Stargell. Yeah,
Yes, the funny man.
a channel where you can just vent and speak your mind so freely and expeditiously.
I
So
love it.
talk to me. Say something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get this on mute. Okay, now. So what's
Hmm.
happening? What's the good word for the day?
Well, I'm still waiting on to get services for things.
Yeah, well, you know what though? I'm trying to hold on one second, Keisha. I'm trying to get my well, you know what together too.
I'm still trying to get my Social Security. They ain't made no decision on that yet.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, good Lord of mercy, Jesus. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I don't care that that groundhog didn't see his shadow. I don't care.
Man, I ain't thinking about that damn. I ain't thinking about that groundhog. You know, can't see a shadow no damn way. And you know what? His mama told him to take a bath, but he told his mama too. He told his mama too. He had took a bath. The mama said, "You ain't take no bath." The mama said, "How you know?" You know the mama said because
What?
they forgot to wet the soap. So
I
that
like it.
yeah, I remember I told that joke when I was in high school.
Hmm.
I said your mama told you come home and take a bath. And the little boy said, I already took a bath. He said, boy, your mama know you ain't taking no bath. How she know? Because you forgot to wet the soap.
That's a good one. I
That's a
like it.
old that's an old one too.
It's a good one though. It's a
Yeah.
good one.
But you know how they go, don't you, sister?
Yeah, I do. But you know what,
What
Carlos?
that?
I'm
What
still remaining strong, even though my dad is supposed to be coming home this week, but we'll see what happens because he's supposed to be coming home between today and tomorrow.
oh
And
do. He do.
yeah, because they said that even though he his blood sugar was a little low, he's supposed to still come home anyway. The room that he was in that's up here upstairs, it's still not ready for him. So I don't know how they're gonna make this work.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that your dad had to go through all that and the whole
He
and
put
like this.
himself there. He put himself there, Carlos, because he was eating them foods he knows he shouldn't eat.
Well, you know what though? I'm gonna say it like this, Keisha. Ain't my fault, it ain't my business, but he got to be held accountable.
He sure do, especially if he's telling people to go and get him some fried chicken, a chicken sandwich, or a
Well,
fish sandwich.
Well, he can't be eating that fried chicken and chicken sandwiches and shit.
No, he cannot. The
He
doctor
cannot.
already told him he cannot have all that.
He just can't do that. That's a bad feeling in the world when they take away your fried chicken, watermelon, and grits. But guess what?
Hmm.
Sometimes you got to sacrifice that just to stay healthy.
Well, he ain't. He told he know what he. I remember I was talking to my niece the other night, and she
Hmm.
told me they gave him a fish sandwich.
A fish
I said,
sandwich.
a fish sandwich? I said, from where? They said, because even Popeyes has a fish sandwich.
Oh,
I
I know
said,
that.
Lord. I said, what they doing giving him a fish sandwich for?
Yep. You know what they said about Popeye too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. You know what they said about Popeye?
Go ahead.
Popeye the Sailor Man, he lived in the frying pan. He turned on the gas and blowed up his ass. Popeye the Sailor Man.
That's too funny.
Now you know what though? We were saying that in elementary school.
That is
And
too funny.
and look, just imagine me getting them kids in trouble singing it in school.
I know that's right.
And you know what though? And I had a good time when I used to get them in trouble.
Well, I gotta say, Carlos,
Talk to me, say something.
my sisters were mad at me because I told my grandmother what was going on with him
Mm-hmm.
while he's still been up there at the hospital. Because I think this week is supposed to be the week he's supposed to come home, but still stuff
Mm-hmm.
is not good.
Listen,
And yeah, so I told my grandmother he may not want to hear this, but he put himself in that position because of the
yep.
food
And like they
he
said,
don't want the sugar free stuff. Oh no,
mm-hmm.
he wants all the stuff that got all this sugar that
Mm-hmm.
put him in sugar, that put his sugar too high where he can be on to diabetic coma.
Oh
And
Lord.
he's type two.
So he brought it on himself.
Yeah, so I sat up there and I said, what are they giving him all this food for? Are they trying to
Now,
kill him?
you know what though? Now he gonna have to eat asparagus, broccoli, collard greens, and
Listen,
cauliflower,
listen
spinach.
here, listen
Heck,
here.
mm-hmm.
He's got to even eat, like if he eats meats now, they have to be baked, boiled, or grilled. He cannot
He,
have them fried anymore.
you know what though? He might well get a meat substitute, and I tell you a great meat substitute: macaroni and cheese.
Hey, that's what it takes.
Yeah. Well, people set in their ways, and you can't tell them nothing, and they ain't gonna want to hear what you got to say. You know that.
I know that, and that's why he's in a position he's in now.
Yep. He in that new position, ain't it?
Yeah, and that position is not going to get any better as long as you keep feeding him this food. Because as long as he's able to eat the food that he want to eat in the hospital, he's going to come home doing the same thing.
He's a bad man, ain't it?
I'm trying to tell you, they told him. I remember when I was pregnant with my daughter,
You were pregnant with your daughter.
and they told him
They told him,
not to eat that kind of food.
but did he listen? No. He's hard headed as a slobber knocker.
He did not listen whatsoever. He said,
He
I'll
needed,
behave for a little while. And then he went back to eating that food. And I looked at him and I said, Daddy, you know what the doctors told you. He didn't
you
listen.
know, you know what he said. I bet you I know what he said.
What?
I don't give a damn what the doctor say. They don't pay my grocery bills. And
That
you know
sounds
how,
like,
and you know how I know
wow.
because I said that before.
Yeah, but
I said,
Carlos, I'm sure if you were put on a strict diet by the doctor, you would follow it.
yeah, for a minute, but every now and then I might have to be dipping and dabbing too, so I'm guilty. But I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but
lie,
you ain't like my dad. You ain't gonna sit up there and keep eating that fried food now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll tell you one thing I don't eat, and I still don't eat it to the day.
Well,
Them god darn chitlins.
I don't eat them either.
I told my
Mm.
mama one look, I told my mama one time, I said either they go or I go. You know what she said?
Well,
Bye.
one
And guess
reason I will not eat them, Carlos,
oh
is
they
because
stink.
they stink to
They
high heaven.
now they don't
Oh,
stink to high no, they don't stink to high heaven, they just stink, okay?
woo.
They stink. They smell look. I you remember I told you when I used to clean the bathroom at Kroger.
Mhm.
I told the manager one time, man, this smell like 9 yards of chitlins and onions and sardines on the side in there. I said, now that's funky. And he laughed so hard he almost dropped a bottle of barbecue sauce. He told me, he said, you are a fool with it.
You
He
are.
said, he said, but you keep us entertained though.
You sure did.
Cause you know
You
what
keep
though?
me entertained.
Look, you gotta stay entertained in this cruel ass world for real.
Sure do.
Look, just like I told him one time, that same manager. Cause like this lady told me about we were talking about, and I told I said he a pleasure to work with. She said that's amazing because he said the same thing about you. I said wow. I said I told somebody he was cooler than Santa Claus, and when I said that, he heard me say that. He busted out. They said you ain't got no sense.
Sure don't.
But one thing I loved, one thing we were so cool because number one, he was from Brooklyn. Number
Oh,
two, he was a jazz fan. So
oh,
we
okay.
so we both loved the Giants. And like I told you, you know why I like the Giants? Because
What?
I always praise their defense.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I like anybody in that division other than Dallas.
Okay. Because my
I
older
tell
brother, the one that died in 2020, he was a big Giants fan.
I'm glad you didn't say he was a Dallas fan.
No Giants.
Good, because you know what I told somebody about the Cowboy. I mean, I don't have nothing against them. I ain't gonna say I hate them on a personal level, but media actually had me hating Dallas, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when they lose a game that media felt they should have won, they had more excuses than the you know who and the you know what going to jail.
I
Too
got
many,
you.
too many excuses, man.
I got you. I
But
got what.
I watched that press conference earlier today about the Falcons coach.
Uh-huh.
I think he gonna do pretty good. But like I told him, they should have got him when he was an intermediate coach. But I guess God knows best. But hell, we got him now. But when he was
Well, I
intermediate
hope
coach,
that the next time the season comes up again, he'll lead them to the Super Bowl.
well, I hope so too. Because guess what? We need another. Atlanta need another team to bring home a championship. The Braves done it twice.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? Now that's the only team I know in Atlanta that'll give the city a chance. That the only team in Atlanta that got a chance to bring home a championship. I ain't gonna tell you no tale.
Yeah.
But I remember when the Braves won in 2021.
Hmm.
You already know. I was happy as a slobber knocker.
I know my daughter's school was because they closed school down for that day.
Oh, believe me, because you know why? Because that was the first time since '95 they
Yeah.
won a championship. But
Yeah.
hell, I'm gonna tell you something. I was living on Candler Road back in '95, and I'm gonna tell you something. Candler Road was crunk.
I know it was. I wish
You
I
thought,
was there.
let me tell you something. You thought Freaknik was something else. Shoot, when the Braves, it was more exciting when the Braves won. And then
And
how
I
about
watched
my?
the story on Freaknik.
And let me tell you something. How about my neighbors knocking on my door when the Braves won? They said,
Mm.
"Come on." They said, "Come on out here to get something to drink with us, man. You know the Braves won."
When they won that game in 95, I was 15.
And I was 20. Look, I was 27 years old.
Hmm.
I was 27,
I was in
and
high
you
school still at that time.
bless your heart, I was out. I've been out since 1986.
Yeah, because you were older.
Oh, who you calling old?
I said you're older. I didn't say
I,
you old.
I'm kidding, but you know, your girl Teresa had the audacity to call me old. You know what I told her?
What?
She ain't too far behind me. I told her she's so old, she'll get a job. Yeah, she'll get a job as a shake dancer at the Claremont. Smell like Bengay liniment and car liver oil.
Oh, that's bad.
And I told her too, she can't get no grass skirt from Hawaii. She got to get it from Amazon, and it be delivered from Alabama. A second hand one
Oh,
that a second hand one that hand me down.
oh my Lord.
And I can see,
That's bad.
and I told her I can see her on the commercial in the future. Is that your new mini skirt? Look, uh, uh, she got that skirt from Amazon. They shipped it from Alabama.
Oh my God.
And then they say, then they do like this: spray starch makes hand-me-downs look new.
Oh, that's the way it go.
I hear Lissa,
Yeah, say hi.
hey, look, her singing self.
Yes. Letting me know she hungry, but she gonna have to wait because I'm up
T-
on here. I'm on the phone.
Tell her we are live from
We
Burlington,
live.
North Kakalaki,
That's right.
on the Carlos Stargell show with your host, Carlos Stargell the
Okay.
last.
That's
And
right.
look, and we got my special guest, Keisha Myers, and her
That's
daughter,
what we need.
the Songbird. Sing a song, girl.
Sing, Alyssa. Sing. No, she was enjoying the music I had on earlier. I was
She
keeping it
was.
funky up in here. Yeah, I
You
was
were
keeping
keeping
it
that.
funky.
You were keeping that funk. Keep that funk alive.
That's right.
Hey, look, you didn't play no Bootsy Collins, did you?
No, I didn't. But I'm gonna tell you who I was playing though.
Who you were
Funkadelic.
playing? What you know about Funkadelic?
Funkadelic.
Which song by Funkadelic?
Flashlight.
Oh, that's Parliament. Now,
Yeah.
let me tell you, before you open your mouth, I got a trivia for you.
Oh yeah.
What is the big difference in Parliament Funkadelic? That ain't the right answer. Okay, okay. Do you know?
No. Yeah, I'm sure you'll tell me.
Look, I'm about to do that Jeopardy song, but I'm gonna go on and tell you.
Oh yeah.
The difference is Parliament has a horn section.
Hmm.
Funkadelic doesn't.
I should have known that.
Parliament is funky. Funkadelic was Funkadelic.
But they kept it funky though.
Yeah. And you know what kept it funky when they said, no here, no backstage pass. I told Bernard that song. Bernard cracked up, especially the beginning when I said, you say I know the drummer. Can you let me in? Tell the
Mm.
guitar player I found a friend. Ask the roadies, do they need a band? Tell the manager there's a girl named Chan.
But they got on that mothership. They sure did.
Oh yeah, look. I remember the mothership when it landed. Look, swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. You know what though? But they were bad back in the day though. I ain't gonna lie to you. They kept it now.
Oh, man.
Now they kept the funky. Now if you hear the noise, ain't nobody but me and the boys.
There you go.
And look, I
Yeah.
remember I was singing that one day, and this dog we had named Tenderfoot was looking. Hey, look, he was looking at me when I was like, "If you hear," and he was looking at me like, "Could you shut the fuck up?" And I used to, you know what? I'm telling you, we had some crazy dogs. They used to have me cracking up, especially certain kind of music.
Hmm.
Like one time I was feeding my grandmama boyfriend bird dogs. And guess what song I was singing?
Yeah.
Love, love will keep us together. And they was enjoying that shit too.
Oh, that was one of my mother's favorite songs.
Yeah, Captain and Tennille, they were bad now. But the song I really liked by them was that Do It To Me One More Time. Now that was smooth as hell. That song came out, I think I was like 11. But that was a cool ass song.
Oh
And
yeah.
could nothing top, look, that was the two top songs I could say they did good was Love Will Keep Us Together and that Do It To Me One More Time.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That was
Yeah,
nice.
that was beautiful. No, that wasn't nice. That was beautiful. Shoot, what you talking about?
That was really nice.
But see,
I
back
liked
then,
it. I liked it. I
me
really liked
too. I liked that pop. I like that soft rock pop music back in the day too. Now, don't get it twisted,
it.
because
Yes.
I like the groups like believe it or not, I like the Genesis back in the day too.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I saw them in concert back in the 80s.
Phil
83.
Collins just had a birthday just
I know
recently.
in January, yeah. Let me tell you something about Phil, though. Let me tell you something about Phil Collins, though. Now, when we were with Genesis, they had a song that really got me hip to them in '83. The song called "Just a Job to Do."
Hmm.
That was a funky ass bass line on that song. That what made me get into. That what really got me started listening to '96 rock. To be honest with you, you know you have your a Walkman on, you be walking, and I actually heard that song, and it was groovy too. So I said this song
Well,
tight.
I also like that song that he did with Felix Bailey of Earth,
Yeah,
Wind, and Fire.
Easy
Yeah.
Lover. Yes, yeah, that was bad too. The video was tight too. Now,
Oh, my older brother loved that song. Anytime he heard that song, he would open the door. Like if he was in his room and he heard me play that song on my mother's radio, oh, he'd
hmm
be like, turn that up. I want to hear that because that was one of his favorite songs.
yeah, but I like that Mike Rutherford when he had Mike and the Mechanics too.
Yes, he did. And you know
Silent.
who else that I like? And you know what else song that I like that he had?
Ooh.
That song In the Air at Night.
Oh, that was the baddest song he made on that solo album.
Oh my God, that blew
Man,
me out.
man, that blew me out too. I said, that's a bad song. And the first time I actually heard it, Keith, you ain't gonna believe when I heard it. You know
Where?
how we was on our way to a family reunion. Guess where the family reunion was that year?
Where?
Up in North Kakalaki.
Uh-oh.
And I heard that we was in Winston-Salem.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna tell you what's good about that. But one thing about it, they had nice radio stations up in Salem, but the station I really liked it up there was the jazz station at the time.
Keep it funky now.
But I'm gonna tell you something. We got a radio station, a college station up in Greensboro, North Carolina Agriculture and Technical College, A&T. Man, they got a radio station out of this world. I listen to that all day, every day. Keith. They play soul, rock, reggae. And Veronica be cracking up when we be listening to reggae. Cause I be like, and you say, hey man, and you say, go man, and I say, hey man, I say, go man, and then I break it out there.
Like that guy did on the Cosby Show.
That's why I do it. And Veronica be cracking. I say, and you say, hey man, and I say, and you say, go man, hey man, go man.
Yeah, buddy.
I had Veronica cracking up just like I told her yesterday. Me and Thaddeus and Ella May, we was at Kroger. No, Publix. You remember that song Reuniting It?
Mm-hmm.
That came on. I said, it song said, reunited and it feels so good. I said, gonna kiss a dad, baby. everybody in the store holler.
I know they did.
You know, I used to do all kind of stuff, whether I was in Kroger or Publix. You know, I had somebody rolling.
I know.
But
Believe me, I know.
I told somebody, they said, what you miss about Kroger? I said the connection I had with the customers. Because couldn't nobody put up with my crazy ass but them customers. But they
But I
love
tell
me.
you what, Carlos, that's what we all need in this day and age. We
But
need
now that
people
I,
to make us laugh.
but now that I'm gone now,
Mm.
from when I talked to my peoples in Georgia, they told me that a lot of customers that was down there that came to Kroger don't even go to Kroger like that no more. Not my store in there. They still go to Kroger, but they don't go to my Kroger no more like that.
Because
Somebody
I
said
can
why?
tell you,
Somebody asked them why they don't go to that Kroger. They said because I ain't there.
well, you know what? It wasn't the same without you, right?
But like I told them, I was the best thing that ever happened to that damn store.
Of course you
And
were.
look, they wish they could have worked it like me, but they couldn't.
Yeah. You sound like
And look,
Eddie Kane Jr. in the Five Heartbeats. You wish you could, but you can't.
that was David Ruffin of the Temptations.
No, but um,
Now
what's his name? Eddie King Jr.
Eddie King said, "How does it feel to be me?"
Yeah, but he also said, "You wish you could riff like me.
But I'm gonna
We
tell you,
ain't do it because you ain't got it."
but like I said, I like when he gave his life to the Lord when he saw one of my favorite gospel songs, "Feel Like Going On."
Oh man, that blew me out.
You know, I told you a friend of mine who's a pastor I went to school with. He had posted that song years ago, and I told him, I said, "Man, you don't." I said, "Man, you don't went to the archives now." I said, "I still enjoy singing that song." But guess what he
Oh, I
told me?
still play that. I still play that every day.
But
I sure
guess what he told me, Keish?
stop,
He
Elizabeth.
told Guess what he told me? He said, "I ain't never really learned how to sing," but he said, "But I ain't never knew you could sing." I said, "Hell, I didn't either." And look, but I told him for real. I said, "You know how shamefaced I was when I was in school, man." He said, "Yeah, true." I told that was a scary moment for me. You know, when I was, in high school, I was shamefaced around a lot of people though, for real, Keish.
Mm.
But I knew, but the good part about it, and you know one thing he told me too that really blew my mind.
What?
He told me that a lot of people trusted me because they were. He said, "You know what?" He said, "A lot of people they trust you, they respect you, and they love you. They say
Well,
you the only.
yeah,
They say you the only person."
they respect you because
But
when
they
they
said,
don't you and they don't trust you, that's a problem.
but you know what they told me too? He told me too. He said, "We can tell you something. We ain't got to worry about you telling nobody else." I said, "Let me tell you something, man. If they want to know, they have to ask y'all."
Well, I remember there was a girl named Candace that I went to
Candace,
school with. Yeah, her name was Candace.
Candace.
And she told me something and she said, "Promise you'll never tell anybody."
And did you tell?
And hell no, nobody in the whole school knew.
Well, if you didn't tell, that lets you know right there you can be trusted.
I'm not one of those big mouths.
And let me tell you so. What did Oscar Davis say and do the right thing? Those that tell don't know, and those that know don't tell.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, but for real though, the ones who tell don't know a damn thing, and the ones that don't know ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, the whole truth, and beyond the
Yeah, but the
quintuple.
people would come up to me and ask me, what did she tell me?
You
And
know
I
what I
didn't say
tell? You know what I tell them? I have no idea what you're talking about.
because they would ask me, what did she say? What did she say? Don't ask me.
Hey, look, just like the dude I knew. Somebody asked him, they said, "What did you say to them?" You know what he told them? He said, "None of your damn business." And the way he said it with a beer in his hand. "None of your damn business."
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But check this out though. I talked about, I still be talking to my peoples in Georgia, right? And speaking of, guess who called today? Guess who I talked to today? Mona Chuck.
How is she?
Monique still Mona Chuck still Mona Chuck. She still had me cracking up. She told me, she said, "You crazy. You need help, man."
Yeah, she always tell you to take your medicine.
Yeah, but guess what, though? She take more medication than me. But you know what, though? But at least she fun to be around. And I talked to you,
Well,
and I talked
I
with that.
need people like that around me because I don't always have the most positive people around me. So that's
But at
just what
least,
it is.
at least I try to be positive. Hell, I'm glad I'm good for something.
No, because when you think about it, too many people have toxicity around you and you just don't want that.
What's it
You're
say?
like,
What's it toxicity?
yeah, toxicity, which means
That's
they're
a
just toxic all the way, all the way
that's
through.
a hell of that's a hell of a word. Toxicity.
Toxicity, yes.
You know, you can do the handball off that shit. Tox.
You muted yourself.
Hold on, Keisha, I'm coming. I hate when the damn phone be ringing like that. That is so. That is RUDDE. Rude. Ruder
Rude.
than ruder than a son of a ruder than a slobber knocker. People act like you ain't got no damn life.
Yeah, because when I was on the phone with you before, the phone rang and I had to hang it up. I'm like, who the hell is calling me at this hour?
I tell them when I'm on the call, don't mess with me because either you're gonna get cursed out or get your feelings hurt or you might get embarrassed.
I don't play that. If I'm on the phone, I don't care. And I'm talking to somebody, I don't want to be interrupted. And if I have my music going like I did before my daughter got home, I don't
Hmm.
want to be interrupted for nothing.
Let me tell you something. If doing my live is wrong, I ain't trying to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. And
I
my
ain't
my
trying.
my cousin, I don't know what is wrong with him.
Which
The
one? The
one
one
that,
in
yeah,
the one
his
in,
name, yeah, and Carrie, yeah. And
in
he
Kent.
said up there, yeah, he said to me, he said when he found out that um Al Green got those grits poured on him, he said it was funny then and it's funny now. I
No,
said,
it ain't not.
well,
It ain't nothing funny about nobody getting no grits photo because they can kill your ass, and that's
it
on the
nearly
real.
killed him. And that's why he sang that song, Take Me to the River.
Drop me in the water.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Look, I ain't said want to dedicate this to my cousin. No, I'm gonna do my beginning of it. Want to dedicate this to my uncle, Winston Stargell. Been incarcerated 15 years for selling bald head women half hands. Yep. You remember what I told somebody what I say? What do you say? Want to gotta dedicate this to my uncle, Winston
Mm-hmm.
Stargell. 15 years incarceration for selling a bald head woman for half hands. That's terrible, ain't it?
Yes, it is. But you know what? My father could tell him even before he went to the hospital. That's not funny.
And it wasn't funny. It ain't nothing funny about no grits getting pulled on you that could kill you.
I know that, but my cousin said he don't care. That is funny then, and it's funny now.
Well, I might have to go down to Kerry and whip his ass about that because you don't laugh at nobody getting no grits pulled on. You can hurt somebody for life like that, for real, man.
You can definitely go to jail now if you do stuff like that.
Well, that lady didn't go to jail. That lady shot herself or Al Green killed her.
Well, they said that the gunshot wound was inflicted, self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted my foot. He probably killed her. I would have killed her ass. Ooh, shit.
No, no, he was in the bathroom when the gun went off,
Oh,
which
okay.
meant she was by herself. She left a note by the gun.
Well, damn. Well, check this out. Because after he got no grits pulled on him, after he gave his life to Jesus, he started singing, I feel good. And it said, something about King Jesus makes you feel good. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that damn song too. And that's on the
Well, I'm
real.
gonna tell you something. When I
Talk to
saw, when I, because I know that it's not just my cousin and Carrie that was sitting up there laughing. There were other
mm
people in my family that were sitting up there laughing at Al, and that's
well,
not right.
well, you know what though? They better be glad I wasn't around because somebody would have got cursed out and nailed to
And
the
my
cross.
father told them before he went to the hospital, that's not funny. I
And it,
found out that even my brothers was laughing at Al Green, and
it
that's
ain't
not
it,
funny.
it's not funny. Like I said, it ain't funny about nobody getting no grits pulled on them. Like I said, for real,
No
because
sir, no
that's
sir.
murder. That's murder. That's murder in the first degree.
Well, they said it's assault.
It's the what?
Assault.
It is assault. Assault with intent to do harm. For real, assault intended to do harm, and you can do some
It
time
is.
for that. You can
Yes,
do
you
some.
can.
You can do some time for
Yes, you
that.
can.
For real.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Keep it funky now. You be
No,
fine.
I'm telling it like it is, but just like I used to tell them little young ones, they used to come in Kroger. I used to tell them, you can't go around think you could just bust a cap in somebody's ass with a 9 millimeter because you don't like them or you pissed at them.
I know that's right.
I say that's assault with intent to kill. I said you could do some serious time for that, young blood.
Well, that's why I told my cousin, I said, that's not fun. I
Hey,
said,
look, hey, look. I'm gonna say this right quick. Just like the young dude gonna talk about, oh, you trying to get all righteous like you? I said, now you hold on right there, motherfucker. I said, don't get it twisted. Just because, like, yes, I do go to church, and yes, I'm striving for righteousness. I said, but don't get it twisted. I can bring the heat as well too now, and I will nail you to the cross, and I don't have to get physical to do that. And when I said that, guess what? He shut the fuck up then.
yeah, because my father kept telling everybody. He said, my cousin, he said to my dad, Uncle Charles, it still is funny. And
What's
my
it now?
father,
What's it now, Uncle Charles?
they call him Uncle Charles because that's
Cause
their
they,
uncle.
cause they love his Uncle Charles, y'all. Gotta be strong, gotta move on, move on.
And I sat up there and I told my cousin, I said, my dad's gonna tell you that's not funny.
Hell, I would have told him it wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? I would
But
have told him,
he said everybody else, like my cousin Dion and his
oh,
wife, be laughing, and my cousins Darren and Michael.
well, Dion and his wife need their butt kicked too.
Yeah.
You just don't laugh at stuff like that.
And he told my father before he went to hospital, he told my father, he said, it's not just me. He said, it's your sisters too that laughed at Al when it happened.
Well, guess what? They need their ass whooped because what if somebody would have pulled some grits on them? Would they be laughing?
It would not be
No.
funny. I don't think it would be funny then even.
Look. They be screaming. They they be screaming soprano notes.
Mm-hmm.
They be
I
singing
know
like
a
the
long story.
look. They be singing. They be singing worse than that lead singer for the Barcades.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. You know that what my friend told me when the original Barcades got killed. And when
Mm-hmm.
James Alexander reformed him, you know what that fool said?
Yeah.
When they were looking for a lead singer, they found him. They discovered him in the emergency room at the hospital screaming. He talking about, you gonna be the lead singer. You gonna be the lead singer. I told you
But you
my
know
friend
who?
was
Mm-hmm.
that. My friend
But you know
Dion.
who else had a good lineup, and they
Who?
had some good music back then? Heat Wave.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Look, rest in peace, Johnny and Keith Wilder. And
oh
you
yeah.
know, and you know what's funny? Before Keith died, I met him and didn't even know that was the same Keith I was talking to once upon a time. I knew he told me his name was Keith, and we
Mm.
talked. And I kept saying, you're a familiar face. You got a familiar face, man.
But
I mean,
his
that's
brother Johnny. Oh my
uh,
God.
until Johnny got messed up in that wheelchair. But a lot of people didn't know too. Even though he wasn't singing out there with them, but he was still backstage with them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't know that. But I'm gonna tell you, like raw temperature.
But it was terrible what happened to him, though. Oh, that was
Yeah,
terrible.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what's bad. I'm gonna tell you what's the trip too. Raw temperature. Even though
Yeah.
he wrote a lot of songs, for even though he left the group, but he still continued to write songs for
Yeah, and he wrote that song Thriller by Michael Jackson. Sure
him. Man,
did.
he wrote more songs than that. He wrote "Lady in My Life" too.
I know, but that was one of the songs he was known for.
Yeah, but you know what though? He wrote a lot of good songs for a lot of people. Rod Templeton did.
I'm going to tell you, and it was brilliant to get him
Well,
together with Michael, and
quick
then to
question.
have him Price do that voice and do that laugh. Oh my God.
Man, that was good for Halloween every year.
They still play it every Halloween, I'll tell you that.
I know that. It's like just like when Night Shift came out, a lot of people thought the Commodores. That was the only song by the Commodores that actually kicked Lionel Richie's butt.
Yeah, but he said that the reason why he had to leave the Commodores is because they said they got sick of all his R&B soul music, his
Well,
ballads.
you know what? No, that's who made it. That's what made them.
Other than that song, Brick House.
But I'm gonna tell you, the song I actually remember when I was little, other than they first hit Machine Gun, was "I Feel Sanctified," and that song got a lot of backlash then, especially from them so-called churchgoers. Don't let them church women hear that song. You play that around them, oh, they gonna raise more hell than Satan. Turn that mess off. Y'all, you don't play that sacrilegious mess. Tell them, you ain't playing up of that devil music. Turn that off.
Well, I know throughout the years, rather the Commodores had Lionel Richie with him, if Lionel Richie decided he was going to do his own thing after a while.
And he did, but I'm gonna tell you something. That first solo album Lionel Richie did was great,
It
but
was.
the second one was a whole lot greater.
I'm gonna tell you something. My father had two of those uh albums on tape. Sure did.
Yeah, but shit, I did too. But I'm gonna tell you what was good too, Keish. Lionel Richie's first album really put him over the hump. The first two albums. Well, actually, I say the first three because even though I didn't like the song "Dancing on the Ceiling," I mean, I ain't gonna say I don't like it, but it wasn't one of my favorites. My favorite on that album was "Say You, Say Me." That was a beautiful song.
Oh
That was a
yeah, I love that
that was a
one.
beautiful song.
Oh, I loved it. Oh my God.
See, look. It was one album Lionel Richie had, and I had when they got it to the album "Just for You."
Hmm.
That was a nice album too.
See, that's the thing. Is that the music now? Oh my God, it's just garbage.
No, it ain't garbage. It's a whole bunch of polluted noise.
I can't listen to it, Carlos. I just can't listen to it. Oh,
Look, you ain't the only one by yourself because I can't feel it either. I mean, some of the music, but like I said, only reason why I don't really like today's music like that too because they using everybody else's music.
no, but at the same time, it's just garbage to me.
That's
I
what I'm
can't.
saying. There, I can understand the rappers doing it because that's all they know how to do anyway. But as far as if you're supposed to be an R&B musician or a singer, you're supposed to be creative. The hell with sampling. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of these people did a lot of sampling over the years, and that's with everybody from Mary J. Blige
Well,
to
we,
even my girl Faith Evans and
I'm a,
Kelly.
I'm a, I'm gonna be honest with you because they can't play. To me, they look like they can't play instruments no way because they have the sample. I'm talking about. I be wanting somebody with some original shit.
Well, I'm sure that your girl Mary J. can't play an instrument, but I know she goes and she
She,
samples
she,
people's music.
yeah, she use everybody else's music. But I ain't gonna say nothing bad about Mary though, because
I'm
I ain't
not a
gonna.
fan of Mary because for me, it's just like she can't do nothing original anymore.
I ain't
It's
gonna
like
lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love that No More Drama now. Now hush your holler.
the Young and the Restless sample in the background.
I loved it. I loved it, and I'm gonna tell you
My
why.
brother, the one that has two little boys, he loves that album.
That was a nice album for real, for real. That was a nice album for real, on the real for real. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I liked that Mirror album too. And I liked that song Lauren Hill wrote for All That I Could Say.
Mm.
I thought that was
Um,
I thought that was cool.
but but for me, I was never really into Mary, even when she came out in '92.
Talking about
I
with real
never,
love. Now
yeah, I never,
I like the lyric. I like the real love. That was the one that got my attention.
because to me, I thought that there were other people out there that shined more for me.
It, it was a lot of people that did shine, but it was also a lot of people that thought they were too big for their britches too. Now,
Yeah, but for a long time now, it feels like Mary J. believes that nobody can hold a candle to her.
Well, she need to quit dreaming, but she need to quit dreaming. I mean,
Especially
she could.
after she got that title of the Queen of Hip Hop Soul.
You mean the queen,
Now,
the queen of using other people's music with permission?
that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I call the queen of stealing people with permission, stealing other people's music with permission.
I'm trying to tell you, like my brother, the one that has the two boys,
Uh,
he don't think that nobody else holds a candle to Mary. Mm-mm.
bless his heart. He
He
need, he
says
need
to
a.
me, he says to me, ask anybody. Mary is the best. And I said, I don't think so.
Well, you know what? Though? If he asked me, I prove him wrong. I say no, she ain't. Now, who I consider the best back then, singers like Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, um, Jean Knight, Ella
Mr. Big
Fitzgerald.
Stuff,
Who?
who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?
They say when I first heard that, I thought they were singing about cookies and shit.
I know you did. No,
Hey,
you didn't.
I thought
No,
they
you
were.
didn't.
I thought they were singing about cookies, Mister Big Stuff. Who do you think you are?
They used that in the Oreo commercial, though.
Yeah, they did. That's Keish. Say hey, that Veronica. But like I said,
Uh,
but like I said, that sounded like cookies, Mister Big Stuff. Well, like you said,
yeah,
it,
but
it,
see,
it wasn't. It wasn't the Oreo double stuffed cookies.
yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
And I sat there and I said, no, they didn't. They didn't take that song and put it in the commercial about cookies.
yes, they did. They look just like that sausage commercial at Eckridge. Our house is a very, very, very fine house.
Oh, they'll put a song in a commercial in a minute, won't they?
I wonder do they? I wonder do they get permission to do that though?
Well, if they do, they owe the family a lot of money.
Yeah, they sure do because you can't be stealing people's music
You got to get permission, not just from the estate, but you got to get permission from the family themselves.
and the record company.
Yes, you do. Because you got to get the music license to do it.
hmm Because guess what? I'm broke. I'm already broke. I ain't trying to make them richer by making them have mechanical royalties. I get
Mm-mm.
I get my own ideas, my own creation. I don't want to use
That's
nobody.
why I don't know why they take, even if it's a Marvin Gaye song, they put it in a California Raisins commercial.
Uh-huh.
I said, no, they didn't take that song and put it in a commercial about raisins.
Yes, they did. And guess what? And they heard it through the grapevine. And look, and everybody heard it through the grapevine.
They did.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I had that California Raisins album back in the day. That shit was bumping. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was bumping, especially when they remade What Does It Take? He said, you know I hear you, brother. Come out.
Yeah, they have a lot of music, even as far back as Sam Cooke's music, always in a commercial.
Oh yeah. And then check this out though. Even though I like the California Raisins, but months later I ended up buying NWA straight out of Compton.
But you know, they got the perfect person to play Ice Cube in
His
that role,
son,
his
his
son.
son, he looked just like him.
You
Yep.
can't
Well, you
deny that boy.
look. If they try, they'll lock him up 6 feet under the jail.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
Yes, they will.
But look, it's time almost up, Keisha Myers. But I want to thank you for participating on the Carlos Stargell show with me, your
Well,
host.
that's the thing is that my daughter, even though she looked like her dad, she still looked like me. So I can't
hmm
deny her.
But I want to thank y'all for participating on the live chat. And until the next time, peace to fingers, and we out loud clout.
All right.
Later when you're straighter.